So last week, the By the Fireside storytelling series was launched on the premises of the National Folklore Board. Yeah, I was there. It was a beautiful experience. And what do you make of it? Coming back, when we were growing up, it was on TV. You know, you see the fire, the bonfire in the middle, the kids surrounded, that horseshoe sitting with Mamed Okuno. And okay, let's speak to Madam Mrs. Deikuma again. Okay, Madam, thanks for staying with us. So I was asking what's moved you to bring back this By the Fireside series.
Thank you very much. National Folklore Board is mandated to preserve our folklore, and the storytelling is one of such mandates. And through our storytelling, we preserve our traditions, values, historical knowledge, and memories. So it is this vision or this mandate where we are losing the values we have, the histories we have, our cultural identity, our heritage. The communities are losing them gradually. So we decided to bring back the storytelling series in order to preserve this aspect of our cultural heritage.
Okay, so where are you going to hold this or these series?
The event is going on. The storytelling series will be every Friday in the second week of every month.
Yeah.
And we are going to the schools, selected schools. We'll be having the storytelling series in our office premises, or we go to the regions.
Okay.
Based on the funding. We also have folklore clubs in schools. We have established that we visit them to create awareness of our cultural heritage. So some of these schools will be visiting them based on the funding we have at a particular point in time. But we ensure that every second Friday in every month, we have a storytelling series, either in the community or one of the selected schools or in our premises.
And how are you going to make sure this is appealing to the young people who now consume content from other parts of the world?
It is awareness creation. It is because they are not aware. So we ensure that they are aware of what they have. If you understand what you have and the value of what you have, you prefer it to others. So we make sure that's why we are starting from the younger generation or the younger ones so that they understand what they have. It's because they don't know what they have. And that is our mandate, to make sure we create awareness for them to understand what they have. Most of them are using social media, so that's why we created the social media platform. So we are going to share some of these stories on our social media platform. We also created a software, and that software, we are putting all the stories that we collected from the communities, place them on this software, share it on our website so that the children can access it and then listen or enjoy it.
Will it be on television?
Yes, we are partnering with some television stations. For instance, we have one of our folklore symbol show with Metro TV. We've been running this program supported by Downwell Insurance. Downwell Insurance for supporting us financially. So for the past 3 months, we'll be running that program. And we are also going to collaborate with other TV stations.
Yes.
TV3 also came to our office that they are willing to partner with us. And other radio stations are interested to partner with us to create awareness of what we have. So we think through the partnership with the media houses, we can reach out to the younger generation and even more, even adults. So not only to the younger ones, but the adults who are also losing connection of their cultural heritage will be connected.
What kind of support do you need for this initiative?
We need funding, because for you to bring a storyteller from maybe northern region to a school in Accra, at least you have to pay the transport. So it is a financial support we need. We also need storytellers that will be ready to volunteer without charging higher fees for this storytelling. We also need educators, maybe those who coordinate some of the school children, private sector, not only for government sector. Ghana Education Service is helping so much, and we are very appreciative of their support. But what about private sector? We also need them to come on board. So not only financial, but the individuals that will offer stories, will have any information about storytellers who are in their communities, they can reach up to us in our office and say, in this community, we have a good storyteller, has information. We go there and have all the story documented so that we don't even lose the stories that we have at the various communities.
Okay, thank you so much for your time this morning, Mrs. Bernice Ande-Kuma, Executive Director of the National Folklore Board, for your time here on Daybreak Hits 103.9. Rob?
Yes, Kwame.
Yes, so this is By the Fireside coming back in a grand style. Good. Good step.
It's good.
You love it.
I mean, it's okay. It's good. The only things questions on my mind is if what's the content going to be like? You know, we keep saying our stories, these are Nazi stories, etc. These are fictions, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So then what it means is that people are consistently going to develop fictions. Well, and when moving into these fictions are supposed to be values that we carry from our society, our communities, yes. But can we expand the spectrum of topics that these storytellers are telling? I'm taking this from the perspective of the griots, who are known to have lived and are oral custodians of culture. So basically those folks, the griots, trained for that particular purpose, know how to tell stories. And they tell stories using different elements of the society. So for example, they use music, and they basically, as call and response, they call for participation, and they don't just tell stories for story's sake. They also tell history. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm looking at a situation where if we are coming back and we are going to come back hard, then it has to be 360-degree information that is relevant to the young folks about the country.
Okay, so
about people,
if I understand you, it shouldn't be fictional stories.
It shouldn't
alone.
be only fictional. Fictional is for entertainment purposes, and they are elements of traditions and values. Because for as long as you create a fictional story, there are things you would mention. You mention names. The names will be African names. You will mention places. The places will perhaps be in an African setting. The description will be African setting. The songs that are likely to be sung during the storytelling are going to be folkloric in nature.
Exactly.
And they are going to use languages, or lingos or terminologies that are, within our context. So I love all of that. So all of those things. But what I'm saying is, can we broaden the stories?
All right.
Can we add, once upon a time, there lived a man called Nkrumah. Who knows about Nkrumah? So that you take us there, share stories that would inspire us from the perspective of real human beings who walk the face of this earth. People just like me and you who brought about change in their communities and societies. So the story is told of the Ewes, who once upon a time were with, from Noche. And then eventually comes to the festival of the Ewes and how that kind of stuff, and then the Gans and... Let's add all of those elements. So when we say storytelling, it's not story as in fiction only, but history translated, because really what we are doing with By The Fireside is supposed to be something that depicts our African context.
Yeah.
But we have people who actually lived for that. That's the griots, and they used to have that particular. So learning of our picking from these same folks who are forefathers, more or less, we need to be able to basically, infuse the full spectrum of how some of these stories are supposed to be done, and then use that to advantage. I think that it's something in the right direction, and we need to be able to do that. This morning, just before I got here, I was looking at the most streamed YouTube video, and it was Baby Shark. Baby Shark, yeah, Baby Shark, baby, yeah, it's Baby Shark, and it's on YouTube, obviously, right? And a lot of people stream that because it's on repeat. The kids are listening to it and all of that.
Can we have two Bovi?
Good.
Two Bovi. Dada Mela Pame. Dada Mela Pame.
Good. So my point is that Africa is duly underrepresented when it comes to the main consumption platform for kids' content.
Yeah.
And Africa is heavily underrepresented. And why is Africa underrepresented? Because we are not creating and putting up stuff. You understand? So there is a huge market, 250 million people of African descent living in the diaspora.
Mm-hmm.
All of them would like to connect.
Yes.
But where is the content from Africa that birthed all of these folks who are in the diaspora? The Africans are not playing their part. Can we share the information? Can we let these people connect with culture from here? Are we sharing? What is our role in our consciousness, or what is our conscious effort in raising the next generation with values and norms and traditions that came from here? You understand? Because we've allowed a lot of infiltration of foreign material, and there's a platform and it's there. And, But yet we don't have information
and
there.
our kids are learning about the Disney characters and all that.
That's it, you see? And so you have kids who are asking you, Mommy, I want pizza.
Yeah.
Why? Because in the cartoons they are watching, the elements of the things they see, the food that is being mentioned, it's not banku, if you understand what I'm saying. But if it were to be our story being told, you would see banku in there, or you see, and they went to the kenke seller and that kind of stuff. No, but they are hearing pizza, they are hearing KFC, they are hearing I'm not against KFC as in KFC, but I'm just trying to say that these are names that they are hearing, and so it's coming back home, and people are being oriented towards that. So what I'm saying is, these things are very relevant. We like what they are doing, but I think we need to think about it from a very strategic angle about how to preserve culture and how to promote so that people feel heavily connected to it. So I think that it's a good call, and we need to be able to get more people involved. I'm actually wondering what we're also doing with respect to Ghana Writers Association. What they can also do.
Yeah.
Because if people are writing, maybe they have what it takes to be able to also narrate. Even if we don't have... I think there's more that we can do in the space, really.
Zio.
Yeah. Kwame, aside 100%...
By the Fireside.
Yes. Aside 100% with what Robert has said so far. For me, I'm excited, because as part of our course, we do storytelling. Okay. At NAFTI.
As a filmmaker?
Yes, at NAFTI. So it opens the way. You don't just, now, consciously, just don't take that course or learn that to write for movies. But in a way, if you're good, you know how to articulate, you know how to speak, you know how to tell stories, you learn that one, and at least in the future, you know that, yes, I can be selected to come and do this and all that. But one thing I'm also thinking of is, she mentioned that it's going to be regional.
Yes.
By we starting here in Accra.
In Accra.
Whose story are we telling in a sense of culture? Are we doing, let's say this month, are we educating the whole of Ghana on stories from the Volta region? Or is just going to be Accra speaks this?
No, I think she mentioned that. So from the various groups of people in the country. So they can bring somebody from the northern region to come and tell a northern region story.
Yes, I get that one. Okay. But I said, is it the way our president said, every month there's going to be a theme?
Black Star Experience.
Is it going to be like that? Are we going to have, so the month of January or the month of, we're in August is going to be about stories from a particular community, so that the education, and when people start talking about stuff repeatedly, it sticks in our head. Better than, okay, so Robert is in the central region. He's talking about the Akan story to the central people. I'm in the Volta region. I'm talking about the Accra story to the Volta people. For me, I feel it would go well, but if you're all doing a particular topic for a particular period, it sticks well. So imagine the whole of August, we are talking about the story of, let's say, the Akans, Otunfo's story. And then it's what is being spoke about in all these communities.
Okay.
Eventually, it sticks.
But the thing is, they might not be able to do that concurrently. So it's not like, okay, second Friday in every month, all the regions are doing it at the same time. No, they are going around. So maybe if they come to Eastern region this month, next month they are going to Central region. The following month they are going to. Yes.
Yeah, but I think I understand where you're coming from. But think of
I
it
do
from the
too.
perspective of like 4 years.
Yeah.
So then what it means is that this month I'll get 2 stories representing two different regions
Yes,
or
yes,
two
yes,
different ethnics, so ethnic groups, so to say. Next month I'll hear from another two, and then it keeps going. So what it means that today I can pick this, tomorrow I can pick that, but within a period of time, by next year it's back again. And I'm going to hear it again, and you may not necessarily have the same set of audience listening, but at the end of the day, the story keeps, it keeps being told and over and over and over again. So within the space of 4 years, you might have heard it like 4 times or 5 times, because they keep going around. But I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was saying that because, as we were saying, the most streamed video on YouTube is this kids thing, and it's the same thing being repeated. It's not like they are changing, updating it. It's the same thing we are watching over and over. And unconsciously, it's there.
Yeah.
The same way we were giving an example about the pizza, it's the same conversation all the time.
All
so
right.
if we can stick to one topic for a period of time, so that it sticks in our head. I love this Anansi story. Anytime it comes up, we are excited. Because at a period in time, we were exposed to those stories and we're having fun with it. Whoever was, it could be your big brother, your mom, however he or she told the story, you can recall. Even now, when we say we are going to do something, we are going to listen to Anansi's story, you're excited. There's something in you that comes up. Yes. And secondly, my last point would be, how modern are they going to...
Should it be modernized?
That's the question. Should it be modernized? Should it go through... Should the stories be told as it happened? Are they going to infuse certain elements to make it attractive to... we live in...
That's what we call anachronism in
different
literature.
generations.
Yeah.
You might tell me something, and because we are of the same age, I'll get it, I would understand it. A person who is like 7 years older than, tell the same story to that person. But they'll be like, yo, what are you talking about? So how is it going to be? Is it going to be this old system, the old by the fireside? Or there's an infusion of some modern elements to make it attractive?
So instead of saying, and Kwekwanansi, or to who, no, friend, no, then say Kwekwanansi picked the phone and called.
More like... How but would it also...
Is it something like that you
Would
want
it
to
also
say?
alter the story?
No, so then
Okay.
if you study the what do you call it? So I had to learn a little bit about the griots.
Yeah.
The oral tradition, usually the people who tell the story are able to clearly establish relevance. So what they do is they can tell in the past when we didn't have telephones. So it's part of the storytelling, because one of the goals of a storyteller is to clearly communicate. So you eliminate every form of ambiguity. If you remember, there are people, there's always that engagement with the audience where they say, Grandpa, please, what does whatever mean? Then they say, you are little kids in our days. Then that kind of stuff.
And explain it
then
to
they will
you.
explain it. So it is one of the ways of explaining things that the kids are not aware of. So it's like historical information is transmitted during that purpose. So it is always during that period. So it's always important for the storyteller to embody the fullness of what storytelling is by explaining things that are supposed to be explained. But I get you though that in the storytelling you can also decide how you want to be able to say it and whether you're going to add modern elements. I would say that the fact that we are a technology. If technology changes, it doesn't mean that the content should change. So, for example, we are still eating fufu regardless of whether you're pounding or it's neat fufu.
Yes.
Whether it's grilled chicken or grilled akonfem, charcoal grilled or
what's the name?
charcoal grilled or gas grilled, it is still akonfem with a chop. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So all I'm saying is we need to be able to see how we can
figure that thing out.
Because even by the fireside, as we saw, it was infused with technology.
Okay.
In the sense that we allowed acting. So the story was being told. Then they added insets of acting, put on television, and then it was broadcast nationwide. Okay. Meanwhile, the original fireside setting is you by the fire.
Just by the fire and telling the story.
Telling the story, and it's not like people were acting and then you see somebody in the forest somewhere or something. No, so even that, then they did well by infusing the technology of that time.
So they acted out the script.
Out. Because at the end of the day, they're trying to communicate it to people across the nation. They had to add some modern elements. And so, yes, I'm sure that those things are supposed to be factored in. So I agree with you. And I just think that the storytellers need to be able to own the entire space when they are submitting that kind of information to the people through the stories.
And Madam made mention of an app.
Yes.
Where at the end of the day, we'll all go there and go listen.
Yeah.
Necessary. But then again, if we are to recollect, certain apps have been launched, and at the end of the day, you ask yourself, why is this still occupying space on your phone and all that?
Which apps are these? If I should ask you.
Oh
no, but GMX is working.
Okay.
I have GMX on my phone.
You mean just in case that's what he's referring to?
Yes.
I'm just saying.
I have GMX on my phone. And it works.
Okay.
It works. So you can just go and check it out. And,
okay. So what I'm trying to say is, as soon as it's out, they should see. I don't know the amount of underground works they've done. We live now. If you're giving us content, it needs to be back to back.
Yes.
Because our attention span is, Charlie, we don't have that tolerance to be waiting and all that. So if there's an app where you say the stories are going to be there, how often should we get there? And even before the app is introduced to us, they should make sure that the content there are enough for us to be on the app all the time. Because if today you go there, it's functioning, it's okay. The next time you go there, it's
just
old
yourself, videos on for about 6 months without
you're asking yourself
being
what's
updated.
really going on and all that. And one other thing, she made mention of the social media and all that. Yes, very, very necessary. We are all on our phones of late. Even before you go to bed, you need to check something on your phone before you go. So the infusion of the modern technology, excuse my language, vibes would also ensure that our generation, older generation, and younger generation. And as Robert said, we shouldn't lose that touch from the originality of the story, no matter how modern we want to make it. But at least we should make it modern enough so that the people they are trying, because they'll be going to high schools.
Yeah.
They don't. The crop of students we have in high schools don't speak like us. Now we have new terms. You ask. What there was
it's
one
given.
raise is given and all that.
Clark it.
How are you going to make this whole storytelling attractive
so that it will be giving?
And still you don't lose the originality or the what's the word?
You don't lose the poppiness.
Yeah, man.
The poppiness of the content.
Oh, yes.
Of the story.
So I think it's a lot of work, and nobody should give them pressure. They should also not take too much time, but they should start.
Yeah.
I'm also thinking about maybe they also employing the services of influential people. I don't want to say influencers. Influential people. They could be presenters, they could be pundits, they could be whatever. Or maybe bloggers.
Yeah.
To make noise about it. Because trust me, the average young person now is so divorced from anything like Kwanansi stories. So that
Okay,
the
you
interest. No,
finish.
I'm talking about the interest now.
No, because I'm looking at targeting here.
Okay.
Question here is what target are we referring to? Ideally, if you're in junior high, you don't own a phone.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that a situation?
Yeah.
Are you sure about
Junior high school,
Yeah.
JSS.
Even
just so we
primary
are
school
clear.
children have phones.
No, they don't
How
own
classy is
phones.
it?
Even primary school children have
No,
phones.
they don't own phones. If they do, then they are probably in less than 1%. Let's be real. No.
They have phones.
No,
Okay.
they don't own phones. They don't own phones. They can play on phones
Yes.
of their parents.
Okay.
They don't own phones.
No, but some parents,
Yeah,
Even
but
take
see,
it
that's
to
what I'm
school.
saying. Even if there are,
some parents
than
have bought
1%.
phones for their
no,
kids
let's
under,
be real.
under control.
Yes, but what I'm saying is this:
Yes.
even if there are kids,
Yeah.
less than 1%,
Yeah.
because they are just a few.
Oh, you continue. Make the point.
They are just a
Yeah.
few.
Yeah.
See, don't think
No.
No,
Yes.
No, the way he's making
I get where Robert is coming
No,
from.
you have
Yeah.
the point. Continue.
See, now, when it comes to sometimes when we talk about the infiltration of social media and everything, go and check how many active users are on
Good.
social media.
Good.
It's between 8 to 10 million. That is what the data says.
Yes.
You understand? So we can't assume that it is a whole of Ghana, 34 million people or 35 million
It is
people.
not.
No, it is not. There are still places where the community experiences still exist, where they come together and they can even sit by a fireside and have a conversation.
Yes, and those people still do it.
Yes,
some
and
of them still do
good.
it in
Yeah,
those villages.
exactly.
So they may not be the target after all.
No, so what I'm so check this out. So if you have stuff like this on TV,
Yeah.
they could be the target.
Yes.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is that let's not assume that there is homogeneity in terms of
No.
what do you call it, the characteristics we have in Accra or Kumasi, and it's running through the entire
No.
country. No, it's not it. So the segmentation is important so that we are clear that there are various segments, and for these segments, because they fall in the majority, this is how we are positioning what we are doing, just so that it can
Sure.
achieve the maximum impact. We are not saying that there are no people. We don't have people who are going to fall out. No, people are going to fall out. But you should always need to focus on the majority, because
But also, with regards to
but I wanted to really make some points because of some of the things that he said earlier. How about, so we all know Nickelodeon, right?
Yeah.
And we all know Disney.
Yeah.
And we've seen the fantastic work they are doing.
Yeah.
But Disney is not owned by the country. I'm drawing our mind to something.
Yeah.
Disney is a company, private owned. And they are channeling, or they're churning out content that have gone global.
Yeah.
Maybe we should start looking at how we can allow companies to project elements of culture, or how we can encourage companies to be started in spaces of this nature. So you have a company, and this is very simple. A company having a clear mission. This is what I'm about. My vision is to ensure that every school in Ghana, every kid in my, I don't know which of the IT companies. I want to see a computer on every desk. That kind of vision.
Yeah.
So we also have, I want every child who passes the age of, from age 5 to age 10 to have listened to 10 stories made from Ghana or something. And then that is their vision. And then they have a company, they employ people, and they get up every morning, every day for the rest of their existence. All they are doing is creating stories. If adding elements of our culture, doing research, gathering the best writers from across various schools, providing employment, using the best IT skills, like everything and anything, like programming, content on TV, content on YouTube, content on name them, because there is a business that is thriving in that particular space. Maybe it's time we started looking at stuff like that. How we can allow, or how we can create that atmosphere and incentivize people to say, why don't you start a business like this?
Yeah.
Just so that it begins and you have 3 or 4 businesses. And that is what they are thinking about every day. So that it's not just about government says, and when the government doesn't do it, then an element of culture. Look, everybody, Snow White to Aladdin, to we are here, we are watching it.
yeah.
Yeah. So maybe at the end of the day, we could have the Anansi Stories and series Somebody said that Nancy's story is what you call it,
Is what?
Spider-Man.
No, but if you think about it,
Spider-Man.
Exactly. So you can have that Nancy stories series on Netflix in the future.
Yeah.
You know, so all I'm thinking is, look, can we begin to go into that particular space? That's one. Two, can we have a storytelling village? For example, in South Africa, one of the experiences I had was the Lesedi village. When you enter into Lesedi village, you will experience culture from South Africa. They're telling you the story from the welcome where you're drumming, and then they'll drum and then you dance, and then they'll come and tell you the story. Then they'll now begin to walk you through the various areas. You go into huts and you go into, all of that, like the various things. And then each place where they go to, they tell you, okay, so this is, these are the people who, the South Africa is made up of the following tribes. And this tribe came from here. And you experience, it's more like a stop at the various where do you tell the stories. There are visuals, so there are videos in there where they play. You go and sit down in some place, like everything and anything that depicts that particular tribe or ethnic group, and it's all put together in one village, and they wear clothes and everything, the sound, all of that speaks to it. So I'm just thinking, if you want to carry that storytelling to that particular height, you can now put everything together, get one place, and then tell the entire story completely. These are just ideas that are coming.
Kwame, let me add to it. The film village.
Yeah.
I think this is a good time to start those conversations.
Which one?
Because as Robert
the one
said,
on paper.
No, that is it. As Robert said, there's something like that in South Africa.
Yeah.
And if we had a film village and we had people were mandated to write stories, we had the opportunity to use the stuff they envisioned for the film village. It would also, see, as much as one sector is growing, it encourages people to join.
Yeah.
Imagine there was high demand of movies. Producers were looking for stories. We will have more storytellers. If we demand for the audience love our culture now, we'll have people. So it wouldn't even be difficult for them to select these people to come and talk about the stories. Fuse ODG did this Black Barbie thing. And everybody loved it. Every black person loved it. It was introduced to our kids. They were finding joy in that.
Yeah.
So if it's done properly, you will know that it's not like we don't like it. Most of the times it's just not there. So if it's done properly, we'll be able to get it.
All right, thank you, Zeal and Robert Clark. Daybreak Hits on Hits 103.9 FM. We've been talking about By The Fireside being reignited, reintroduced into... Refired. I love that. Being refired into the system, yeah. And I love that one. Let's tackle our last story before we say goodbye. Daddy Lumba's 1 week's observation slated for August 30. Ghana will observe the 1 week memorial of music legend Daddy Lumba on 30th August 2025 in Accra, according to an announcement made by Daddy Lumba's family via DLFM, the lead singer's radio station. The funeral itself will be held in Kumasi on a date yet to be confirmed. Here is the Abusia Penny, the family head, talking to the media yesterday.
Say make us an American cashier say Daddy Lumba or you could do for your Asante and dish. And it's meaning to me, cousin, or the cramming fan to you. It's a macaca. And it's you were near here, namping for boy and I you raw and go to I am from paying for and a boy and a poor. Now, you are continuing him say you this year. I had Daddy Lumba, can't you know? And into free to see I into a woman. As you see, I have a boy, man, yeah, and son and the white, yay. As I said, could you? I had this year, you run swimming the deal. And in us, I'm saying, you'll catch the one chapra. You'll catch it, and say, you're catching it now. Watch it. Now, so you name say, we had this. Now, Sabium, Mamrani and Mania Paso. Say, or Henry Cassage, the one. Na me abusu apani ana me nuan mo didi machi koya na asese yenso ye fa ye wadwene se asante ile na akasa ni obia na akasa se bana sadia na ese mu se o de se kronkron a wo free eko ba ko so de na ese mu hu baby a ese mu no ekoda na wo twe de yi de ye betumi asra aye na na mu no de ese ye de ye wura ade ekoma no bo ese se akonya no ono na de dia na yakoyi ga manje o hene soso asutre ese se nkra onso de dia ono zura de se ni nuane o hene nti se o hene te ese what sanse kojo free ha no no ye hene kase ne we ye ese ye ono so te nti o mu nyina no ye nyi o mu ese ye bo o mu nyina amanye na kojo as an international man you say bibia ye local and international na IFFF nti sa na watch it and share no de 30th August e won kra na venue no na akoye bibia o te say ye de bebre wo mu ye hwe de mu koye na ya nsoma a mu koye na ye hwe venue na ye kofa na che se venue no e ade a iso nti do yanso ye pa a chose ye obia ba wa obetumi aye din na comfort no se be bra ana ha obia ma na che se nya ba bi a hoso ne de otufo ehie no enwuma ni nyina akọ na ye bompai sa de na ebe na e mofra ani mpanyifo a ye basabasa ne ne ma ebi mmem ebi ne ka bi pesa ne ma na ye nyina ye nkura no fefe na enye fe Ghana fo nyina because we are damase nim said ya mu make nyina mu tie na so mu nyina mo beba ba ye wa mu mrada mu maye busua no moa na ye nyina ye nya kojo fosu enkata na chini ne na wotwi fefe said ye nyina gi tum se oye international man ye nye ni mu se Ghana fo so sabi ye niati
Piao. So that's the family of Daddy Lumba announcing that the 1 week observation will be held on August 30. The venue is yet to be communicated to us. And the funeral will take place in Kumasi. Portfolio, where are you? So let me start with you.
Yeah. I feel, yes, it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Charlie, we were discussing this even before we came. The attention span of Ghanaians won't give you that liberty to extend or give us more time. So the 30th of August is right. It's going to be done here in Accra. We saw what happened at the vigil. I keep saying this, well organized, well put together.
Yeah.
I love it. And I must commend the Creative Arts Agency.
And the power behind the performance.
I was coming there. I must
Chatter House.
The Creative Arts Agency, Chatter House. Amazing. You see, I feel that Lumba is also educating us to love our own, and we can do it.
Okay.
Because we've done it with a vigil.
Yeah.
And everybody involved, big ups to you guys. The 30th of August, I believe it's also going to be smooth. The audience that went, that comported themselves, although we saw one or two stuff that some man holding whatever, I think it wasn't necessary. But it's all part of it. I mean, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But the audience that came around were very, very composed. It was good. So on come 30th of August, amazing. We'll be doing it here in Accra, but the funeral is going to Kumasi. He's from that land. And as the opinion said, Otunfo, one way or the other, is involved in this. And it shows how the Ashanti Kingdom is holding their very own down.
Yeah.
And the whole funeral tourism thing, let me say this here. There's no other region that, should I say, celebrate or get themselves involved in funerals than the Ashanti region.
Of course.
So it's a step in the right direction. But I'm just hoping that it goes smooth, especially with the audience that will be at these places. Comport yourself. There's a legend. There's somebody who wasn't out there doing whatever for you to go there and be doing giddy and stuff. So for me, I don't have anything to say. I think it's a step in the right direction.
All right, Robert Clark, 1 week observation in Accra. And then their funeral is in Kumasi.
I'm Amre. So, Charlie, they know what's best, and they are following that. There's nothing for me to say than to wish them all the best in terms of it's being done well, and hoping that when it's time, the necessary support from the various quarters as required should come through so that a befitting burial is given eventually. I still don't have clear understanding on what we mean by 1 week when it's still organized after 1 week. I don't know. Maybe somebody should also explain. I don't know how that thing works. So, like you say 1 week, and yet it is not 1 week. 1 week. I don't. That's the only thing.
Yesterday, I posted on Facebook seeking people's opinion and education on that one, and I had quite interesting. Let me read a few. People were giving me education on what it means. Somebody says that 1 week is first half of the funeral. Usually, first half is to test waters. Second half, which is the funeral, is the going all out. This is from King Bygone. Then I had another person. Okay, let me read for Chameson's comment. It says 1 week funeral observance was for only close relatives of the deceased to ponder over the date for the final funeral rites and plan on how accommodation, rental of canopies, entertainment, drinks, and funeral donations will be handled. Now, because of how some event companies want to cash in and the proximity of some family members taking part in its observance, it has led to some fanfare and fantasy. We have virtually thrown the original concept and its cultural significance away. This is Freche Mensah, who is writing, and he is an Ashanti. And mostly it's the Akans who do the 1 week thing. Yeah. Mostly.
I don't know if it's just them, but I understand the word mostly, but I don't know if it's just them. But I'm just listening, when you say 1 week.
I think they should find another name for it.
And then, so if by his description it is for planning purposes, it's for, okay, so somebody is dead, then you send out information, and then within a week you're like, oh, Charlie, we need all it together, put our heads together, mourn, and then plan as a family to be able to know what we are going to do exactly.
Yeah,
I understand that. So that is within a week. So 1 week after the person's death. But
that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, but right now we have 1 week.
We can do it in a month later,
which is not 1 week,
and it's still called 1 week.
Even now it doesn't just involve the family. It's like everybody can troop in,
or maybe close. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
maybe
I need education. If
the concept has changed, maybe the concept has changed a bit.
Or we are endorsing the deviation. I don't know.
Okay, this one says, in this era where almost everything is questioned, it's going to make sense to sustain interest. If it sounds like a cooked story that isn't practical and real, people are going to lose interest with time. And he's making reference to the By The Fireside series. And good morning, guys. For these local apps, I can create a powerful and sophisticated app to reach global borders and get more traction and patronage. They should reach out to me. Ja Mystic, Adenta, please don't read it out loud. Disclaimer, no, but it's good for you. Okay, so Ja Mystic, you want the job, man. Okay, go and see the folklore people, right?
Next time, tell him to put a disclaimer first.
I remember I read one of your messages some time on Joy FM. I didn't see the disclaimer.
Later, so eventually I started changing it. Disclaimer first.
Good morning once again to everyone from Kojo Asempa Furniture Works. Okay, good morning to you. Nana Pounds, GH says, I'm an artist. Please, I need an investor. I'm gifted. Not talented. Check out. Okay. And then Daniel Tonye Viadi. Okay. It's my birthday. Okay. Happy birthday to you, Daniel Tonye Viadi. Okay. All right. Now let me take your final words if you have any shouts to make before we go. Zio.
Okay. So. Practically,
a list.
I was looking at the third topic. And
okay,
maybe some other time.
You see, the time is not. So
maybe some other time.
Yes.
Okay.
But you can shout out to your girlfriends before you go.
Shout out to every girl I know.
Hey, every girl you know who's a friend.
Yes.
Every
girl I know.
You're not bold enough to mention one girl's name.
Shout out to Amma, Ekia, Akosia, Efia.
That's what's up.
Abena.
This is an Anansi story. This is fiction. This is real fiction. fictional characters.
but top of the morning going out to everybody.
All right, Rob. Ebenka. All right.
Charlie.
Yeah.
We just want to thank God for life, and everybody, good day.
All right. Thank you, Robert, Clark, and Zeal for coming today. Daybreak Hits on Hits 103.9 FM. And let me say thank you to our sponsors, Betway. You always get away more with Betway, EcoBank, Better Way, Better Africa, MTN, everywhere you go. Sisters Sanitary Parts by Dahlia. Stay fresh, comfortable, confident, and hygienic. And then Cowbell Coffee with you every moment. Franco Trading Enterprise, still phone papa. And a big thank you to you, Mr. Hagler, DJ Fantastic, Prince, and everybody who contributed. Shola Adeyemi as well. My name is Kwame Daze. Tomorrow we'll be right here to serve you another dose of quality entertainment on Daybreak Hits. Bye-bye.